everybody, this is Pretty from It's a Pretty World. Today I'm making a birthday card using the August Simon Says stamp kit of the month, which is called Party Like a Panda. It's just the most adorable little stamp set that you can ever find. So I just decided what stamps I want to use to make this card, and I used three adorable pandas from the stamp kit. They're actually four pandas. One is a sad panda who apparently has forgotten his friend's birthday, and the other three are ready to party and have fun on the birthday. So I just took those three little guys, and I also took a couple more images from the stamp set, and I stamped them using my favorite thing, black hybrid ink, which is also a COPIC friendly ink. And then I obviously stamped it multiple times just because I think my ink pad is drying, so I did have to stamp it a few times. And then I went to town coloring with my COPIC markers. I wanted to make a birthday card mainly because it's August and it's my birthday month, and I wanted to start the month of August with a birthday card. And the color choices for the card itself is I was inspired by the paper pack that is included in the stamp set, which is extremely bright and cheery and colorful, beautiful rainbow colors. So I just went ahead and chose my Copic colors to match that particular paper pad. And what it was, I did very simple Copic coloring for these images, just because they're really small images. They're not really big, large images. They're pretty small images. They didn't really need a whole lot of ink blending and a whole lot of colors. So I just chose two colors, two markers per color. So for red, I chose R24 and R20. For blue-green, I chose, I think it was BG45 and BG23. Yellow was Y19 and Y11. I will have all the colors down in the description box below as to what I used for everything. And then I just colored each of these images with just the two markers. Now, because these images, again, as I said, they're quite small, they don't really need a whole lot of blending to be done. And also, they're not lifelike images. They're very animated, very cartoon-like images. And for most cartoon-like images, I really like to keep the sharp shadows and sharp highlights. They really give a cutesy look to those images. And then once I was done coloring all the images, what I did was I went ahead and fussy cut each one of them. And when I fussy cut them, I didn't really go too close to the line, to the black line. Instead, I fussy cut them, leaving a white border around it, which is so much more easier to cut that way versus fussy cutting them closer to the edge. And then I took a white panel, which was I think it was 4 by 5 1/4 inch, and then I cut three circular windows out of that panel. My idea was to put each of these pandas in those windows, peeking out of each of those windows. And then I'm just erasing all the pencil marks that I had put as to where I need to place my die to die cut the panel. Then I took a top folding card as my card base, and I wanted to pop up this die cut window panel onto it. So before I could do that, I wanted to make sure I traced where exactly those circles were, because on those windows or inside the windows I wanted some ink blended background so that those black and white pandas would just really pop out. And it's a good thing because those pandas are all black and white. It makes so much sense to have a really colorful background for them, so they look nice and bright. And what did I kind of taped the sides to give that 1/8 of an inch border around it to keep it clean. And here, if you take a look at it, I did not put the third tape at the bottom, and I don't know why. It did not occur to me at all that I had somehow missed putting that panel. I don't know why. It was something really very hilarious at this point, but trust me, when I was done with it, I was so irritated. I was so pissed that I had done such a mistake. But it just, I couldn't believe myself. I couldn't believe myself, but I did not realize I had not put a tape underneath to mask off the other eighth of an inch at the bottom of the cardstock. Anyway, I was blending away. I was loving the colors. I wanted the same rainbow colors, starting from pink, purple to blue to green, yellow, orange, red. So I did all the ink blending and I peeled out and really beautiful eighth of an inch border on the sides. But at the bottom, there's nothing. There you see, I'm showing it to you, and I realized it. Anyway, kept it aside, took another white panel and I ink blended blue, green and red onto it because I wanted to have 3 sentiment like this, additional sentiment, which I initially thought I would emboss with white embossing powder, but when I did it, I didn't quite like it, and I decided to do it with black ink, which you will see. Eventually, you will see that that's what I did with black ink, and then I took a black cardstock for my main sentiment, which just said "Happy Birthday," which is also the sentiments in the stamp set itself. So I just prepared the black panel with the powder pouch to remove all the static, and then I took the happy birthday stamp. Happy and birthday are 2 separate stamps in the stamp kit, not in the stamp kit, sorry, in the stamp set, and then I just placed it onto the black cardstock and I stamped it using my Simon Says Stamp embossing ink pad, and then I used Simon Says Fine Detail embossing powder to white embossing powder to emboss the sentiment, and I fussy cut it in order to make it look like a little die cut sentiment. And then I took that circular panel that I had pre-cut, the window panel that I had cut earlier, and then I adhered foam tape in the back of the window so that this panel could be popped up onto the card base. It would give a play. It would look nice for the not the teddy bears, the pandas to be seated inside the window. So I just decided to pop this panel up using my foam tape, and I did tape it, or I did put that onto the panel. And after this, I die cut those 3 additional sentiment using Simon Says. I think, I don't know what it was. I think it's like a it's a long rectangular banner sentiments die cuts or something like that. Now I'm stamping the additional sentiments using a VersaFine black Onyx ink, and then I die cut 3 panels. And then after this, my friends, I lost the complete footage. I did not realize it. I don't know what happened. I somehow lost it and I could not show you how I put the card together, but I can walk you through it. After I die cut this, you will see that all of a sudden it's all done. And here you go. And then I just adhered those pandas onto the circles, onto the windows, and added some white gel pen dots onto the top half of each of the circles, just to give some little sparkle. And then I added some jewel drops all around it to add some additional sparkle and the sentiments all over the place. And then I was all done with this card. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Hope to see you again. Thank you. Bye-bye.